August 2012, 31 years after I first arrived at that threshold, I found myself once again at the door of the gallery. This time, when I came in from the searing hot light, there were no prints left on the walls. The Whistlers had been bequeathed to the UC Berkeley Art Museum, and the Rembrandts were in storage awaiting their eventual fate. Also vanished were the brightly colored canvases and installations produced by students from the California College of Art, CCA, and by professional artists from the Mississippi to the Seine, which had intermittently graced the walls of the gallery for the 13 years it was open to the public. Bark met me at the front door with the same booming hello that I had known for 3 decades. He led me through the gloom to his library, lined floor to ceiling with catalogues raisonnés of the major artists of his and Sharon's collection, as well as an assemblage of scholarly works on art and history. No noise from the street reached us in this cave, illuminated by a few desk lights bouncing off the colorful spines of books. I had often furtively imagined the pleasures one might indulge in if locked by mistake in this library with nothing to do but read and look. For all that, it was a simple room of modest size, with none of the pretensions of a millionaire's library on display. It was a room in which Bark and I had scribbled notes on the backs of envelopes before heading out to some Bart meeting or other, where we had pored over books documenting different states of Rembrandt prints when we worked together on the catalogue of their collection for the 1989 gallery show. A room in which Sharon, Bark, and I met from 1997 onward to discuss the management of an old stone farmhouse in Umbria, Italy, which I had restored after leaving Bart, and which we jointly own. Where I first took my husband-to-be, the writer Leonard Michaels, to meet them when we were suddenly engaged in 1996, and where I went, severely grieving, shortly after Lenny died abruptly in 2003. Now, again, into this room full of shadows, I entered in high summer, a few months after Bark's 91st birthday. I had come to interview him. Self-consciously, in the spirit of full disclosure, I unpacked my tape recorder and the few pages of notes I had prepared with questions. As I fumbled with the digital controls, Barclay bluntly said he was worried that all of this might be a waste of my time. He reasoned that he had just completed the second version of his memoirs and distributed them to his family and a few friends, and thought that should take care of it. All the answers were right there, and he was tired of thinking about himself. I replied, "The worst that can happen is that you and I will spend several hours talking together, alone in this library, uninterrupted." As it was to turn out, our conversations were to go on from that summer until a few days before Barclay died in November 2014. That first time, not entirely convinced by my response, he said, "Do you really think there is a story here?" This was a question I had spent a lot of time considering. More precisely, I had been trying to get at what might be the value of the story to readers who did not know Bark personally. Though well known to many business people, universities, and the arts and education communities of the East Bay, Barclay is not a universally recognized household name like Warren Buffett or Jack Walsh, not even in nearby San Francisco. He is not quoted in the Wall Street Journal or other business journals, even though many of the progressive business principles he exercised in the creation of Simpson Manufacturing make compelling reading to anyone interested in the unusual idea that the building of a profitable business might include the sharing of profits with a diverse employee base, as well as in finding concrete ways to make contributions to the larger community in which the business is embedded. Against prevailing custom, Barclay managed to knit together the generally competing philosophies of bootstrap capitalism and the pursuit of the common good. Out of these often